That's the first question they're going to ask you. When you call these people on the phone and they say, you tell them, oh, I'm pregnant. They're gonna be like, okay, so congratulations. So when was your last period? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is April. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified when I do post a new video. I'm going to share with you some basic tips on what to expect at your first prenatal appointment if you're a first-time mom. So let's get right into it. You know how it is when you're a first-time mom, you're nervous, you just don't know what to expect. It's a nerve-wracking experience, and it's also a beautiful experience as well. It just depends on the situation. So as soon as you find out that you have a positive pregnancy test, what you'll need to do is you need to call your local OBGYN and schedule an appointment. If you do not have a provider, or if you do not have an OBGYN, or if you've never been to an OBGYN before, you'll need to go to your local health department and schedule an appointment so that they can give you a pregnancy test there. And once they do confirm that you are pregnant, then they'll refer you to an OBGYN in your area. Make sure you take a second pregnancy test just to be sure. To each his own.
You gotta take another test.
That's the test right there.
But you need to take another test. April, take another test.
Come on. This thing has 2 lines on it.
I know you ain't pregnant.
I took a second one just to be sure because my husband didn't believe me the first time around, but you really don't have to take a second one. The first one will do just fine. I found that the Dollar Tree pregnancy tests work very well. They're cheap. If you're really not trying to spend a lot of money at Walgreens or CVS or Walmart trying to get expensive tests, you really don't have to. You can go to Dollar Tree and get a test for $1.25 now instead of $1. I used the Dollar Tree pregnancy test for all 3 of my pregnancies. So yes, they do work. If you're skeptical getting it, I'm a witness. They're accurate. So I would recommend going to Dollar Tree and get your test if you're just not trying to spend a lot of money. So as soon as you find out that you're pregnant, ladies, soon as you see those 2 lines on that test.
What's the matter with her?
She's knocked up, baby.
Billy.
Go ahead and start taking some prenatal vitamins. I take the gummies because they taste like candy. They have hard ones, they have the ones you swallow, but go ahead and start taking your prenatal vitamins because you want to make sure the baby's getting all the nutrients and vitamins that it needs in the beginning. If you drink alcohol, go ahead and stop right now.
Is there alcohol in this?
Oh God, honey, no. What kind of mother do you think I am?
If you smoke, go ahead and stop right now. I know some people smoke and some people drink when they're pregnant. You want to make sure that you're keeping your baby healthy. You don't want your baby coming out with any type of health issues or any problems or disorders. So go ahead and stop drinking alcohol. If you drinking cocktails, you better get you a mocktail, girl, and forget about them cocktails. If you smoke weed, if you smoke cigarettes, go ahead and stop right now. I'm telling you, you want to make sure that your baby is healthy. You don't want no problems. You don't want no issues. So go ahead and do that. So the question is, you're asking, how should I prepare? Do not hesitate to ask questions at your first appointment. When you're going into your first appointment, they're going to ask you all sorts of type of questions. They're going to ask you questions about your personal medical history. They're going to ask you questions about your family history, your partner or your spouse's history. Make sure you know something about your history because they're going to ask you. You don't want to go in there looking crazy that you don't know nothing. Okay, so if they're asking you got a history of cancer, you've got a history of anxiety, you've got a history of depression, make sure you know what you got going on with yourself, with your family, and with your spouse or with your partner. Make sure you know their background, okay? So that way they can be able to write that stuff down for the sake and the health of the baby. They're going to also want to know your mental health history, your personal medical history, your gynecological history. Have you had any previous miscarriages? Have you had any abnormal pap tests? Details on your last period. That's the first question they're going to ask you. When you call these people on the phone and they say, you tell them, oh, I'm pregnant, they're gonna be like, okay, so congratulations. So when was your last period? Make sure you know when your last period was. If you do not, it's okay. It's okay if you don't know when your last period was. They're gonna do an ultrasound because they had to do me like that. They're gonna check your HPV levels by taking your blood if you do not know when your last period was. But make sure you know when your last period was so that they can be able to give you an expected due date and see how far along you are. They're gonna also wanna know if you're taking any medications or any vitamins, supplements. I had to tell them that I was taking anxiety medicine. It ain't no shame in my game. I'm not ashamed. Yes, I do take anxiety medication. You make sure you let them know. Don't skip out. Make sure you tell them everything. Tell them everything. If you're taking vitamin C tablets, they want to know that. If you're taking women vitamins, they're going to want to know that. Just tell them everything, okay? For the sake of the baby. They're gonna ask you all these questions. So that's basically your first appointment. They're gonna just ask you tons of questions, filling out paperwork. They're gonna take your height, weight. They're gonna do a urine sample. They're gonna do a blood test. And sometimes they might do a pap test. It just depends. But be prepared for them to get a urine sample, for them to take your blood, for them to ask you questions about your background, when was your last period, and then they might give you a little bag with little goodies in it, just some little pamphlets and stuff, to give you information about just being pregnant. And they gave me just some skin therapy oil, and then they gave me this as well. This is just some information about the ultrasound that they gave me. And then before, they're gonna give you this 2 months before your due date. They're gonna give you the maternity pre-admission registration. You can fill this out and mail it in, but I didn't really have to do this because they did everything in the hospital, so this isn't really required. But if you prefer, then they're going to give you the maternity pre-admission registration to go ahead and register when you get admitted to the hospital. So that's basically it, y'all. If y'all have any questions, make sure you leave a comment down below. If you have any questions about your first visit, what to expect. They also gave me just some parent information, prenatal care, what to do, how to care for yourself, how to care for your baby, preparing for labor, delivering, parenting, and different medications you can take when you're pregnant. And they're just going to give you some nutritional things. If you don't have a doctor, ladies, or if you're a teen mom, this is your first pregnancy, make sure you get a provider. Make sure you choose a medical provider. Choose an OBGYN person to help you on your pregnancy journey. Just find a good doctor and they'll go from there. So I'm gonna recap what to expect. First thing, take a pregnancy test at home. Take a second one just to be sure. Once you find out, you make sure you call your OBGYN. Call your local OBGYN or call your local health department. Let them know that you want to set up an appointment because you just found out that you're pregnant and you want to go ahead and get set up for an appointment. Once you set that appointment up, then that's when you'll go ahead, they'll get you in, they'll schedule an appointment, they're going to take your blood, take your urine test, they might do a pap test, and they're just going to ask you some basic questions about your medical history, when was your last period, they're going to do your height check, weight check. So that's basically it. If you guys enjoyed this video, like I said, make sure you subscribe to my channel for more pregnancy tips and motherhood tips. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified when I do post a new video. I do post weekly videos. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to me in the comments and I can be glad to help you. Like I said, this is my third pregnancy, so I'm kind of a pro. I know what to expect. I know what to do. So if you got questions, please, please, please. I have my community here and I'm thankful for all my subscribers. I love you all. Thank you so much. And I'll see y'all in the next video.